Today's first guest, or my first guest, is one of the biggest rock bands in the world ever. They've sold 110 million albums worldwide, 2 of which have been the greatest selling of all time. It's a great pleasure and an honour to welcome Def Leppard. How are you feeling, Joe?
Good.
Good. Let's kick off the Piano Room. What are you going to do first?
We're going to do the title track of our 1987 album, Hysteria.
You could try
There you go, Hysteria. It looked like you're having a lot of fun. Are you having a lot of fun now? Are you having as much fun now as you were back then? I know times have changed and we've matured a little bit, but is it still fun for you to stand up?
Great word, maturity, isn't it? Yeah.
I know. It covers a lot of bases.
Personally, I think we're having more fun now than we had back then because there's no pressure. We've got used to that. We don't compare ourselves to our past. We just enjoy it in the moment, and the fact that we're still doing it is, just really special.
But it's not only a compliment to yourself, it's also a compliment to the music, isn't it? I mean, that music it speaks for itself. When you first started, did you set a goal? Did you set a target? Did you know what kind of music you wanted to make, or did it all kind of start organically? How did it begin?
Well, it was something at first, and it done a little tangent twist.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As you go along. And also, you think making it is like playing a theatre or something. And, when you get in a stadium or something, you look back and you go, well, it's way different to what I expected. So, it kind of, as we went on, it kind of got more and more fun and just crazier as well,
You've got the new album out, Drastic Symphonies. How did all that come about, and why did you want to do it?
Well, COVID, lockdown, pandemic was a strange time for all of us, and we were due to tour in 2020 and it got postponed to 21, so we decided to make an album which was the last studio album, Diamond Star Halos. And while we moved into 2021 and there was still a pandemic and we had to postpone the touring yet again, we didn't want to release that album into a pandemic, so we sat on it for a year. And while we were sitting on it, it was suggested, why don't you stockpile? We're going to be releasing Diamond Star Halos in 22, so why don't we do something different for 23? And it was suggested that we could do something with the Royal Philharmonic, and we said yes, as long as you're not just slapping strings on top of the original tapes. We need to strip it down and reevaluate these songs and just build them up from the bottom again.
Here's a question for you. When you're going through the tapes and you see an arrangement and you hear a vocal, or a bass riff or something like that, do you think, oh, I wonder why we did it like that? Because nowadays we would do it like this. And is that what this album is about? Because it is a reworking of the songs with an orchestra. Is that what happened?
Sort of. I mean, you do listen to it, you go, oh, I've been playing it differently, or I've been singing it differently all these years to how it was recorded, because you drift over a period of time. But what we wanted to make sure we did was we wanted the strings to be the main kind of instrument. If you're going to feature them, let them really be featured. And we kind of chose all the right songs. It was not just the greatest hits with strings. We picked our most symphonic tunes. Some of them are real kind of buried treasures, like Turn to Dust off Slang or Paper Sun off Euphoria. It's not just in fact, we purposely left off things like Rock of Ages, Let's Get Rocked, because they were kind of not right. And Sugar was the same. The original version of Pour Some Sugar on Me sounded pretty hideous with strings. So we're very fortunate enough to have a great friend of ours, Em Greiner, who's joined us on piano.
Hi, Em on piano.
Who was doing a version of Sugar on the piano for quite a while, and Sav suggested, why don't we try Em's version of Sugar? So that's what we did. So we turned it into a duet, and it's like a bluesy kind of piano ballad, which has turned the song inside out, upside down, and back to front, really.
Yeah, it's fab, and we wish you all the very best of success with the new album. And before we get into the next track, I'm going to ask you one question. Is touring as good now as it was then?
Better, actually.
Better?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Because we remember it.
There is that. And I guess you can remember it through social media, because I've been following the Deaf Crew tour on Instagram from various members of what they've posted, and now it seems like Bonsai Trees and Lemonade, whereas I would imagine that in the past it would have been a lot different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still more fun though now. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. We've been there. We've done as much as we could possibly have achieved, or thought we would have. But now it's just about having fun, enjoying the songs, and still performing and sticking together.
All right. What are you going to play for us next, please, Joe?
Well, I just mentioned Em Greiner, our great friend here of many years, who's going to join us on this one. It is the upside down, inside out, back to front version of Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Love is like a bomb, baby, come and get it on. Living like a lover looking like a tramp, like a video vamp. Demolition woman, can it be you, man? Your man. Razzle and dazzle and a flash of little light. Television lover, baby, go all night. Sometime, anytime, sugar me sweet. Little miss innocent sugar. Sweet from my hand to my feet. Oh yeah. Sugar me.
What an amazing reworking. it just gave the song something else, because we all know the original and we all know how much the original means to all of us because we were all there doing something when that song was on in the background. But that was mega, blown away. Phenomenal. Yeah, well done.
Cheers,
I'm kind of like stuck in that celebratory concrete. Do you know what that was fab.
Thank you. It's a dream for me to play with these guys.
I can imagine. I bet every day is a different day, right?
That's for sure.
Perfect. We're going to play you a question from a listener.
My name is Chris Farrell. We are coming down to London on the 1st of July to see Def Leppard, and we are so looking forward to seeing you on tour. Are you looking forward to working in collaboration with Motley Crue on this tour, and if so, why?
Yes, we are, because we've been working with them now since June of last year. We did 36 shows in the States, and we've just done about just under, I think, 10 or 11 in South America with them, which we finished about 8 weeks ago. So now we're picking up, we've got 7 weeks in Europe. And they're great, they're great fun to tour with. You
and long-term friends?
We've known them on and off since 1983 when we first came across them. They opened for us on the last ever show on the Pyromania tour, and then they took off, and then they toured with us in the UK about 12 years ago, and we're back with them now, and they've settled down a lot, like we all do, but they're still, Tommy's got his little bonsai tree, and if you fall asleep on the plane, he'll put it on your lap, take a picture of it, But no, they're good people, and we have a lot of fun with them.
We're going to play you a clip now from way back when, from the BBC archive. So what I do on the show, we delve into the BBC archive because it's 100 years of the BBC and there's a wealth of information in there. And we found a clip of you being interviewed on Radio 1 in 1986, and you're asked if you ever write about Sheffield in your music. Just take a listen.
No. I'm not really into the Bob Dylan style where, you glorify your hometown. Because, I don't know, what do you write about? Steel mills, pelican crossings, the dog and duck and things like that. Def Leppard lyrically is very into escapism. And rather than just preach to the world what it's like to be born in Sheffield, we'd rather preach to the world, just enjoy yourself, rather than this is where I came from and aren't you glad that I got out of it?
There you go.
Wow.
That's not Joe. That's someone else's voice.
I'm slightly more cultured these days.
Hello, I'm from Sheffield, you're right. Would the answer to that question be different today?
Yeah, it probably would, but I still wouldn't write about it. It would be more, you write in metaphors if you're talking about towns. I remember when we did a gig in Don Valley in 1993, and I actually went in about 20 seconds of My Hometown by Bruce Springsteen. I got destroyed by the media for doing it. So, it's like, well, if I can't do a Springsteen song, I'm not going to write one like that.
Yeah, exactly. We ask everyone in the piano room to do a cover version. What have you chosen for us?
Well, by coincidence, Em, who we've just been talking about, I met Em many years ago when she was in David Bowie's band. And she did this song many times with David, no doubt, or at least stood on the side of the stage while he did it. So we decided to take one of Bowie's songs from the 1971 album Hunky Dory and give it a go. This Life on Mars.
Small affair to the girl with the mousy hair, 'cause her mommy is yelling no and her daddy has told her to go, but her friends are nowhere to be seen as she walks through a sunken dream to the seat with the clearest view, and she's hooked to the silver screen. The film is a saddening bore, 'cause she's lived it 10 times or more. She could spit in the eyes of fools as they ask her to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's a freaky show. this land on sale again. See them rising in million hordes from Ibiza to the Norfolk Broads. Rule Britannia is out of bounds. To my mother, my dog, and clowns. But the film is a sadly bore, 'cause I wrote it 10 times or more, and it's about to be written again. As I ask you to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest show. Take a look at the wrong man beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, wonder if he'll ever know. He's in the best-selling show. Is there life on Mars?
That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for coming in. Absolutely epic. The album is out tomorrow. Good luck with that. Def Leppard, everyone. I told you it was good. There you go. Def Leppard, their brand new album, Drastic Symphony, is out tomorrow. Then they are hitting the road. A big thanks to the brilliant BBC Concert Orchestra, not forgetting our amazing live music team for making all that happen. We mentioned the tour briefly in the chat, and those dates are as followed. Sheffield's Bramall Lane Stadium this Monday. Then July, they're at Wembley Stadium on the 1st. It's the Lytham Festival on the 2nd, and Glasgow Green on the 6th of July.